In 1985, when America was gifted the little gray box known as the NES, Nintendo became a household name. Kids no longer played video games, they played Nintendo. And to further push their brand, they began marketing a variety of licensed products. From this day forward, these licensed products will be referred to as Nintendo Oddities. Back in the late 80s, when I was a kid, we did a lot of fun things on the weekend. But one of my most favorite things to do was go to a friend's house to spend the night. The only problem was, a lot of times your friend didn't have a Nintendo yet. So a lot of times I received phone calls, just like this one. Oh, hey, what's up, Aaron?
Yo. Hey, do you want to come spend the night later tonight?
Yeah, dude, I'm totally down to spend the night. Should I bring anything in particular?
Just make sure you bring your NES so we can play some Contra.
Oh, man. I don't know if I should bring the Nintendo. Like, what if it gets broke or something?
Don't be a D-bag. Pack the Z-bag.
And with that, today, we're going to be talking about the Nintendo ZBag. The Nintendo ZBag had to be probably the coolest way to travel with your NES. I mean, look at this thing. It's got the Nintendo brand logo on it. It's blue and yellow and red. It just pops with those fun, bright colors. And it had everything you needed on it to store all of your Nintendo accessories and games. Let's take a look at it. So the first thing I noticed is these really cool handles. Look at these little clear pieces they put on there. Makes it very comfortable to hold, and it fits well in your hand. This bag actually has 3 separate compartments. It has the front zipper, and when you open it up, it has a place for your NES and a side pocket for whatever else you could fit in there. So what I think I would have done had I had this back in the day was probably pack my controllers right in that front pouch. It's a really nice place to put it, and there's lots of room. Once you open it up, you see this really nice Nintendo logo, and it says 1988 Nintendo of America by Smithfield, and it has the ZBag logo right there. Once you open this thing, you realize there's actually a really big compartment that fits perfectly for your NES. And there's this little flap that covers your Nintendo, so that way it gets from point A to point Z without getting messed up. So what you do basically is you just stick the NES in there and fold this over the top. Tuck it down to the side, and that baby's safe as can be. And here on the back side of the top, it has this nice little pouch for things like the power adapter. Or since you're going to your buddies, you can carry some fun co-op games. They fit right inside. Safe and sound. I really think the ZBag is a great Nintendo oddity, and it really does hold all your stuff. You can put your NES, both controllers, your RF adapter, your power adapter, and any games you want right inside. It's great. And recently, while stalking eBay, I actually came across another ZBag that I had no clue even existed. And this is really cool because it's slightly different. This one actually has Mario and Luigi on the front, which I think is so cool. You'll also notice the addition of a shoulder strap, which wasn't on the first one. And one of the things that I actually think is really cool about this one is it still has the sticker on it. It has a Kmart sticker, and the price was $19.99. I'm super happy to have both of these Z-bags in my collection, but surprisingly enough, I actually ran into another Z-bag. So one day while going to yard sales, I actually came across this bad boy. It's the Game Boy Z-bag. And if you look right here, it definitely has the Z-bag branding. The concept is basically the same. You can store your Game Boy right inside this thing. Just tucks down in here like this, and in the front, you have a little space for your game. Voila. The other thing I find really interesting about this bag is what they actually called it. The Z-bag. Like, why not the X-bag or the Y-bag? I don't know, they probably just thought it sounded cool. Like, it was the late 80s, like, hey, let's call this thing the Z-bag. That sounds freaking rad. You know, and you can tell your friends, hey man, don't be a D-bag. Pack the Z-bag. Hey guys, well I hope you enjoyed this episode about the Nintendo Z-bag. What a cool piece of Nintendo history. What a crazy name and what a practical idea. If you ever had one of these when you were a kid, let me know. And did you take it to your grandma's, your friends? What'd you do with it? Did you just store stuff in it? I actually used my other one to store cords. So, you know, it still works to this day. Anyway, if you had one of these as a kid, let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget, just because I'm the NES Addict doesn't mean you can't be an NES addict too. Thanks for watching. Alright guys, and I'd like to say a huge shout out to all my Patreons. Alex Perez, David Apuzzo, Retro Rick, Generation Gap Gaming, Megadan29, JLove81, How you doing honey, Ernesto Anaya, Philip Kelly, and Die Hard Gamer Bros.